PFG, bring the game.
Peace, my fellow PF gamers out there. Freeform64 back again with another review of 2017's E3. This is going to be on Nintendo's Spotlight. All right, let's check it out. Let me reading off my notes here, but we're going to go down the list and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. We're going to try to make this really quick because I got another video I want to share with you guys afterwards. It's going to be based on the top 5 games of 2017 that I'm looking forward to, and the top 10 that are coming out in 2018 and beyond that I'm also looking forward to. And I'm going to show you guys my collection of games on my Nintendo Switch, because I don't think I've shared that with you guys, at least not to the extent I'm going to today. But I got all in there, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. So Reggie came out and he was like, yo, it's all about the gameplay. It's all about that competition. It's all about that challenge. It's all about having fun. If you ain't got the two together, how do they stand apart? You know, all this craziness, but it was the truth. It was real shit. And it really lets me know the direction that Nintendo's going in. They're going into that esports thing, baby. They're getting involved in the esports thing again. You know, they were pretty much the originators of that shit when it wasn't just the arcade, when it was just about that console competition, them speed runs and them battles, baby. So we getting back into that with the Nintendo Switch. It's built for esports. All right. And then we got, we had Reggie, you know, house fall apart. And next thing you know, he was outside in the meadow of just beautiful grass and awesome looking environment. And then next thing you know, this big old blade and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 starts up. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks phenomenal. The shit is coming out 2017, so all those haters and naysayers, I don't know what you're gonna do. You're running out of shit to say, you know what I'm saying? Because this game is coming and it looks like it's gonna be massive. It looks like it's gonna be awesome, and I can't fucking wait. It's been a long time since I played any kind of traditional Japanese type of RPG where it's either turn-based or real-time, you know, with the cooldowns and whatnot. I haven't played one in a long time. I really wanted to get into Chronicles X on the Wii U, but I just couldn't get into the Wii U. So I was hoping that X would be ported over, but I'm actually a lot happier that this is a totally new, fresh experience, and I'll get to experience X down the line if it does come to the Switch indeed. But if not, maybe I'll get a Wii U, or maybe I'll just forget about it. I don't know. I know it's a great game. Moving on, Kirby was shown. Kirby. Now I know to those who are, you know, not familiar with the beautiful and simplistic art styles of Nintendo, you might look at that game and say, oh, it's nothing, it's just a child game. Well, you don't know about the games, you know. Kirby is an awesome franchise, and I'm going to say that as an outsider looking in. The fan base is real. Everybody has been supporting this game. We're waiting on a mainline Kirby on console for a very long time, and so have I, because I have been a fan of Kirby for a long time, but I haven't always been the one responsible for the funds in the household that I was staying in. So I couldn't get Kirby at the time that I was interested, and since then there hasn't really been a strong mainline on the console, or a strong console that I was interested in. And I'm not talking about power, I'm talking about just as far as appeal is concerned. So here we are, we have a new Kirby, and then on top of that, I won't have to play this shit by myself. I can play it with 4 players. It looks just like Smash Melee. Beautiful game. All right. So, Shinhei Takahashi came out sporting that fantastic looking chili bowl, and he was letting us know that he was just happy about how everybody received the Switch and how everybody's picking it up and playing the games, and they're doing things that even they didn't expect us to do. You know, we're doing things they didn't expect us to do with the Switch, as far as where we're playing it, how we're playing it, you know, who we're playing it with, and things of that nature. I know personally, I've been playing the Switch at the restaurant, I played the Switch at the park, I played the Switch at home, I played it in the bed, I played it on the toilet, I played it outside, anywhere. We played it, you know, we got the kids, you know, having fun with other children. I played over at family's house. I mean, we've done all kinds of different things with the Switch as far as gameplay is concerned and travel. You know, the Switch is truly a mobile console, home console, a full hybrid. I mean, it lives up to the name completely. So yeah, that was cool. He just gave us thanks and everything. And then, what's that brother's name? Tsunekaze? Excuse me if I messed your name up, brother. Tsunekaze Shihara, or Shihara-san, then came in and had his little notepad. He had his book, and he was on, not a notepad, he was on his Wacom. It was like just holding out like he working. He just, oh, what's up, y'all? Oh, what y'all want to know a little something? Well, shit, I'll tell you a little something. Yeah, we working on new Pokemon. You know, the mainline RPG, the one y'all been asking for about 22 years now. Yeah, we working on that, y'all. Yeah. So, yeah, y'all have a good one. I gotta get back to work. All right, peace. Really, dude? You gonna drop a megaton on us like that? Like it was just some, you know, whatever. Like, yeah. We talked about that Pokemon Tournament DX the other day, you know. And I know was kind of pissed, but we gonna go ahead and let y'all know. You've been trolled. Yeah, it's coming. Pokemon mainline RPG for a home console. It's finally fucking coming. If I can grab your head right now and just shake your head like, yes, it's happening. Yes, we're getting a Pokemon mainline on the Nintendo Switch, y'all. And it's still gonna be a handheld version. Like, come on, this is crazy. It's like Nintendo's not being true to their previous format, which was making it for a handheld. But then they're breaking that mold at the same time by making one for the console and the mainline. It's crazy. It's awesome. We're finally getting it. Whew. And so it's going to take about a year or so. And that's okay with me. I'm glad that they came out just off the top. Just like, hey, it may take about a year or some change, you know what I'm saying? A little more than that. But it's coming. It lets me know that the team is actually going in and they're working from the ground up on the Switch. That's what I feel like is happening, you know, but I could be wrong, right? So hopefully that's the case. Hopefully Nintendo is saying, you know, we don't want to just go ahead and just give a carbon copy of what they've been experiencing on the handheld. We want to give them something truly unique they can only experience on this console or this hybrid. So I'm ready. I know we got plenty of time to wait, but that's okay. It's coming. It's fucking happening. And it shouldn't be that soon anyway, because other games need a chance, you know what I'm saying? And people need a chance to pick up a Switch. I mean, you're not gonna be able to find a Switch at all now. It's just ridiculous. After that happened, Chili Bowl came back on the scene looking fresh, and then he just reiterated the whole Pokemon thing and let us know, hey, it's happening. I'm happy to see. I can't wait. And shit, neither can I. Takahashi. All right. So afterwards, you know, you're just sitting there trying to like absorb all of this. Like, okay, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is actually coming to the Switch this year. Kirby is fucking coming to the Switch next year. Pokemon is fucking coming to the Switch at some point. I can't. I don't know what to do with myself right now. You get smacked in the face 3 times. Well, 4 times. You get shown space. So you're like, what the fuck is this? Is this a new Smash Brothers? Is this a new Star Fox? They fucked up on the last Star Fox. That'd be great. This can't be a new Metroid. Okay. So anyway, what is it? Star Fox? Prime. No, not Prime, but Smash, right? You know, that's what a lot of people were thinking. Smash, it's gonna be Smash. Next thing you know, I mean, as soon as that S was shown, and that first note came out, I was just like, no. You know, you can see my live reaction. I was actually pretty cool about it, I guess. But for me, that's kind of like, whoa, like that's just crazy, you know. Metroid Prime 4 is coming. Metroid Prime 4 is actually coming. I didn't even get an opportunity to get my shit right. You know, it started like this again. Like I said, you know, the Xenoblade 2 is coming. Can't believe it. Kirby's actually coming to the Switch. Can't believe it. Chili Bowl appears. I can't believe it. Pokemon RPG is being announced in a very cavalier kind of way, and I can't believe it. And then the Chili Bowl appears again, and I can't believe it. And then Metroid Prime 4 is being, you know, it was just too much. I just didn't know. And anyway, so that's awesome. I can't even put words on that right now. Just let that live. Let's just be happy. Yoshi. Not a huge fan of the Yoshi games. Never really got into the Yoshi games, but it's something that I really wanted to get into, the Yoshi games. I noticed the Woolly World was on the Wii U, and it looked really good. You know, it looked really, really, really good. And I wanted to try it, but again, that Wii U though, I just couldn't do the damn Wii U. So Yoshi, just called Yoshi. It's coming out for the Switch. It's a mainline title. It's no extra nonsense or anything like that. Just straightforward. It looks beautiful, and it's apparently 2 players. And there's 2 sides to every Yoshi story, at least in this one. You'll get that if you watch the actual reveal trailer. So we got Fire Emblem Warriors that popped up right afterward. And that game looks great. I mean, everybody knows what a Warriors game is going to look like as far as the gameplay. You're going to see a bunch of different enemies on a pretty much flat environment being struck by your character multiple times in multiple ways. But this is Fire Emblem, and I was really a huge fan of the Fire Emblem game, or not the Fire Emblem game, excuse me, but the Fire Emblem characters, Marth and Roy from Smash. And I was like, yo, these guys are really cool. I'd like to see something mainline from them. You know, I didn't really know, at the time as a kid, and I got introduced to them what their games were all about. And, I didn't have the money to buy my own stuff like that at the time when I wanted to anyway. So being introduced to Fire Emblem, well, I played Fire Emblem Heroes first on the Android, so I got the idea afterwards, okay, but be able to play Fire Emblem the way that I would have wanted to play them as an action game is what I'm going to get to be able to do. Pretty much my first time really experiencing a Fire Emblem game, right? When Hyrule Warriors came out, that looked great, but for me, as a huge fan of Legend of Zelda, who's already been predisposed to the formula, the original formula, I wasn't feeling it, you know what I mean? It's just like, for me, Zelda is less of an action game and more of an adventure game, so I don't really want to play Zelda as an action game, you know what I mean? So Breath of the Wild definitely cured all that for me. They gave me the right amount of action, the way that I want to experience it, and all the adventure that I can take, and then some, right? So anyway, FE Wars looks phenomenal. The visuals to me look better than the Hyrule Warriors game did, and the characters just fit better for me. Maybe that's just because I'm so used to seeing Zelda the way that I am, and I'm really not used to seeing FE in any other way than swinging them swords in an action type of way from Smash, right? So the game looks phenomenal. I'm ready to play it. I'm pretty much day one when it comes out. And that's all I have to say about that. That'd be like the first Warriors game that I'll really just get deep into, because it's fucking Fire Emblem, Let's see. So we got Skyrim for the Switch, which looks like an upgrade beyond the normal Skyrim that came out, on the 360 and PS4. Doesn't like those editions. Looks a lot better. But this looks like it's its own special edition, whereas the other console versions, the PS4 and Xbox Ones, are just called the Special Edition. This one's called Skyrim. But what makes it special in this case is that it has different control options for the motion, which is cool, for the casual play, And then it also has amiibo support for what you see right behind me, this picture up here. You get to wear that gear and the Hyrulean shield and the Master Sword. You get to play. I mean, that was a given. I pretty much called that as soon as that game was announced for the Switch. People didn't see that coming. I don't know what the hell you were thinking. But that looks cool. I'll get it. If it's, I don't really want to pay $60 for it, but hopefully it's not $60 because I won't buy it. Then if it's $60, I'll wait. But I will get it again because I'll play through some Skyrim. I had it on PC. I had a top-end PC when it came out. What was it? The 50, something, I don't know. It was the AMD high-end cards back then when it came out. And I played it with all the mods and all that on PC. So I totally skipped the other consoles when it came out on the 360 PS4 and the Xbox One and PS4. Skipped those as well. Didn't make any sense to me to play the lower end versions with no real benefits. I mean, not even mod support at the time, and limited now. Skyrim on the go though, I don't really care if it has mods or not. I'll play that. That's Skyrim on the go. You can, just set up anywhere and just have your fun. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm with that. Then they showed the Breath of the Wild DLC packs 1 and 2. Dope. That's all I gotta say. Dope. I'm actually curious about the second DLC pack as to what it actually means to have those heroes. Are they gonna have their own stories that you follow as Link? Are they gonna have their own, stories that you play as those characters? I don't know. Maybe I'm just confused. I hadn't really researched it all. Maybe I missed something they said. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. If I'm going to play as Link, great, because the game is great. But if I'm going to play as the other characters, great, because that's just some unexpected shit. We'll just have to wait and see. Mario plus Rabbids looked phenomenal. They already showed it at the E3 presentation from Ubisoft. And it looked phenomenal then, but just to see it again, I'll be honest, I didn't want to see it again because we already saw it, but I knew that I'm going to have to see it again, right? Because I want to see some more. But that game, it just, how do you do things like this, Nintendo and Ubisoft? I give Ubisoft a lot more credit than other people. They tend to give them less credit. But I think that team does some really, really good stuff when they really work at it. And Mario plus Rabbids proves that to be true. You know, it's just the visual quality. When I showed that game to my sister, for instance, she didn't even know initially that it was gameplay she was looking at. And I had to like tell her, because I had to remind myself. I was like, okay, yeah, this is gameplay. You know, you're not just watching a cutscene or no curated thing. This is exactly what the game looks like when you're playing it. In fact, it's going to look a bit better because, you know, the artifacting and whatnot, the compression of YouTube. So, yeah, I can't wait to play. You know, it's XCOM, Mario, Rabbids, one game. Let's go. And I'm thinking this is going to be I hope it's multiplayer to where you can help each other and you can fight against each other. That would be so cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. We've got Mario Odyssey being the last game of the show, and it just blew my mind again. You know, I just, how do you keep doing this stuff to me, Nintendo? How do you keep doing this to me? You show us the same stuff a couple of times, and then you confirm on a lot of this stuff. You show us a ton of exclusives, and I just can't believe it. So anyway, Mario Odyssey was incredible, and I almost forgot one game. So let me go ahead and pause the Mario Odyssey and talk about Rocket League real quick. Rocket League is coming to the Switch this year. It's coming to the Switch this year. It's coming to the Switch this year with everything the previous platforms have, you know, on it, with everything, all the DLCs coming to the Switch. And it also can have its own custom shit. It's also going to have cross-play support. Cross-play. Huh? Yes. Yes. Rocket League is one of my favorite games. Like, I don't know how to, it's like I could put that game down, not think about it, and then as soon as I pick that game up again to play it, I'm fucking kicking people's ass, and it is just so much fun. And then I'm getting my ass kicked too. This is like you have a good run, and then you'll lose partners if you're just playing, you know, casually. Get that ass kicked. I mean, it's one of the most competitive games for me that I've played, where I'm actually competitive about it, you know, like, I don't know, like even Mario Kart, I'm competitive about it, but I have like, I'm way more like just, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this thing, you know, we're gonna do this thing. But this is like, let's go, motherfucker, let's go. Like I get so deep into Rocket League, I don't know how or why, but it just does something to me, man. I feel like I'm on the field, you know, like I'm really competing. And it's so funny because my son, he's about 2 years old now, just 2 months shy of 2 years old. And already, I mean, he requests that I play Rocket League, you know, at times. And then also when I'm playing it on my own, he'll just come up, he'll be like, oh, yeah. He'll be cheering me on because he hears me, he sees me going in, and he gets the concept, you know. So he gets it. He's like, yeah, go. Anyway, just to be able to have this game on the go and not lose anything, I'm talking about everything is there and more. And I'm going to be able to play this on the go. And with everybody I've been playing with, I'm not losing out. I'm not like separating myself and nothing. Salute to Psyonix. Okay. For that. Y'all busted your ass. You made that shit happen. You listened to the fans and you know it's real. So that's cool, man. Salute to Nintendo. You know, and this is just this, and then Minecraft, which was announced on the Nintendo or Xbox stage to have the open cross-play, you know, for everyone from PC down to fucking your Android phone, you know, incredible. And the Switch, Xbox One, and all, you know, all these other platforms are included in there, except for the PlayStation, you know, which Sony is just, I'm not gonna get into that right now, but Nintendo's on board. That's huge news for Nintendo moving forward in the online department. You know, everybody's talking about how, including me, how Nintendo is not really doing a thing properly when it comes to that online. You know, now they're about to start charging us, they need to come correct. This is coming correct. This right here, you doing this right here is a great step in the right direction. You know, so Nintendo, thank you very much for not being like Sony, which I'm going to talk about now, by saying we're looking out for the children and all this stuff. We have to protect them. Man, what the hell? Nintendo's on board, so I don't want to hear none of that shit. Look, your investors don't want to have their money being mixed up with their money. They want their money on time, every time. That's what it is. That's what I think it is. You know, Sony going down, you can't afford to do this because your investors who keeping you up ain't trying to lose a dollar. You know, you mean to tell me if they can play with everybody, they don't have to buy our console anymore? No, fuck that. You ain't tied with nobody. Fuck that. It's only gonna be able to play on PlayStation because you gonna sell some fucking PlayStations and some PlayStation games. Okay? That's what I think is going on. Them investors got them guns to their head and they like, you're not doing it because you're gonna take money out of our fucking pockets. And fuck that. So that's just my idea, but that's neither here nor there. Rocket League is coming to the Switch, crossplay, and it's the shit. Back to Super Mario Odyssey, and thank you guys for hanging with me during this whole thing here. I just forgot to write it down. Super Mario Odyssey is just incredible. I mean, every single thing in that game is just like, yes, more yes, everything in the game. I don't know what to say. I mean, you're talking about wanting to have a classic adventure, okay? Look, you know, we had a ton of gamers in the community support a company to make a classic game, you know, in a modern day environment. And frankly, they didn't do so well in doing that. And I know they're a smaller company, but talent is talent, you know? And Nintendo just did what we've been wanting to have done for a very long time. With a franchise that, to be honest, I mean, everybody cares about more. You know what I mean? So it's unbelievable. I mean, it's literally everything classic Mario as far as the open world, hub world Marios are concerned. The Sunshines, the Galaxies even, or the Mario 64 are all in this game. And it's not like it doesn't look or feel right. It's like it's done right, man, and it's done so much better than I could have, you know, thought up. So to speak, you know, like, oh, it needs to be like this, it needs to be like that. That's why I don't get into all that stuff when I'm telling developers what they need to do with their games and stuff. I mean, I get into the idea of letting them know that we need this type of game from you guys again or whatnot. But as far as telling them how they should do it, like, nah, look, man, look at this game. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you're gonna have a hit or a miss every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a fail every once in a while. But when it comes to Nintendo, man, like, you talking about top tier, like that game just blew my fucking socks off again. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck is this? A dinosaur game? What is this? It's not Monster Hunter. This isn't, because it looked kind of like Xenoblade again. You know, so they were just trolling the hell out of us. I love that about Nintendo. They know what they're doing. They troll the fuck out of us. They have fun with the shows. They know it. And it was just great. Mario Odyssey show fucking amazing. That dinosaur was actually the hat in Mario. And you find out later on that he's actually controlling the dinosaur. You're like, I'm going to be controlling a fucking dinosaur? I'm going to be driving a goddamn scooter? What the hell? I'm going to be turning into electricity? What is going on in here? What is going on? I'm going to be turning into a brother whose shades you can't see past. And behind his shades, he can see more shit than you. That's some low-key knowledge they were spitting right there. You know, also, I was talking with my sister, IG Fatuism, by the way. She's an excellent artist. You need to check her out on Twitter. But if she's still active, I don't know. She's kind of a mysterious person. But anyway, we were talking on the low about the Mario Odyssey game. And looking at it, she called it first. She said, Mario is on a spiritual journey. And I said, wow. I said, why do you say that? And she says, well, because you look, he's going all over the world, you know, and he's experiencing different walks of life. And I said, wow, you're right. I said, this is the story of Siddhartha. If you know about the story of Siddhartha, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. Just go look up the story of Siddhartha and you'll know for yourself why this game has a, underlying story about Siddhartha. And it makes sense. It really does. It's a huge spiritual journey, and it's amazing. And I'm excited to be able to play it. And I love the way that Nintendo's able to tell a story without telling that story. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain that, because they build their games around the gaming mechanic first and foremost. They want to build the game up, and then they come up with a story afterwards. And so a lot of times people tend to think that Mario games are just just watch, rinse, repeat or whatever, and it's not really. You may see some of the same characters, but the way that the game is experienced and the way that the game is telling you a story is totally different from every single game, every single one of them. And man, I'm just glad to see another Mario Sunshine or Mario 64 on the Switch coming out this year. So I mean, with that said, this spotlight was great. It was incredible. At first, after seeing the Xbox and PlayStation spotlights, but their press conferences, I was a little disappointed because I was expecting to see a lot more third party. But I've seen some games that I've already seen, like Xenoblade Chronicles. They did show ARMS. They showed some Splatoon 2 in there, I believe. And then we saw Mario Rabbids, which we saw, the day of the show. We saw a little bit. I knew about FE Warriors, and then I knew about Pokken DX. We saw that in the direct, and then Super Mario Odyssey. So when I was looking at all this, I was kind of like, and the Skyrim and the Breath of the Wild stuff. We've seen a lot of stuff we already have seen. We hadn't seen it in depth, but still, I was kind of like, where's the other companies and stuff, And I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that we got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming out this year. That's a massive fucking game. Like, that's a top tier game. We got, not Kirby, but we've got Pokken Tournament coming out, which is another fighting game. This is confirming after having ARMS come out, which, by the way, there you go, ARMS. Yes. It's out, y'all. But, with ARMS, with Mario Kart, with Splatoon 2, with Pokken Tournament, we know Smash is coming. Nintendo is getting into the heavy competition side of things, So for me, I really didn't think about it. You got Pokken Tournament, you got FE Warriors, you've got Skyrim, you've got Mario plus Rabbids, you've got Super Mario Odyssey, and I'm sure there's some other stuff that I'm missing, all coming out this year, or already have come out, this year. So they were talking about shit that you're gonna get now, and they were talking about shit that you're gonna get now on the Switch right away, So it was just like, this was actually a really, really, really good show, my expectations were a little bit warped there. And then looking at what they showed coming up, like you got Pokemon RPG, Metroid, let's just let that marinate as the other game companies start to reveal what they come out for with the Switch. Or coming out for the Switch is what I mean to say. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the overall E3, what I thought about it, and then the scores. So, for me, it definitely had to go to Nintendo. Nintendo took this one home. Easy. And in 24 minutes and 49 seconds. Afterwards, it would have to go to Sony. These are between Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. So it would have to go to Sony. It wasn't a bad show. They did normal Sony fashion, very cinematic, Didn't show too much new, but what they did show, it showed well. And they showed us Shadow of the Colossus being completely rebuilt, which is phenomenal because that game deserves it. That game really does deserve it. The Last Guardian was a game that's supposed to be familiar to that never came out, so that was cool for that to finally come out. But Shadow of the Colossus is where it's at. And that's the game that you really want to play, trust me. So that show was good. And then Spider-Man showed, and it did well. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people didn't like the QTE. I liked it. I figured it was going to be a mix of the QTE and, real-time gameplay. And they just really wanted to show that fast, action-paced scene. I think that would just show really, really, really well to the point to where it got all these awards and it didn't have any actual live gameplay for anybody to experience or even see. So that sucks that it, got those awards, but at the end of the day, the game looked really good. So anyway, Sony would come next, and then obviously Microsoft will be last. Excited to hear they got a lot of games coming to the platform, but not so much excited to hear that most of those games are going to be on other platforms. I would love to see more strong exclusives coming from Microsoft. And they just had an interview, or Phil Spencer just had an interview with GameSpot, I believe it is. And during that interview, he admitted that they really need to work harder on their first party lineup because it was weak. It's weak, you guys. So, to be honest there, but what they did show looks good. And I'm happy to know that, Xbox One X is pretty much going to have the best games, or the best version of those games moving forward when it comes to plug in and, locked in to a TV set console. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say that best version as far as that's concerned, because to me, the best version is the one that you can pretty much play however you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want. That's the best fucking version. So the Switch version to me is the best version, but when it comes to the visual fidelity and all that, and frame rate stability, apparently the Xbox One X is gonna be. So I'm probably just gonna swap mine out and get one just for the hell of it, right? It can't hurt. A couple $100, I guess, at the end of the day. So yeah, and if I were to score them, I would say Nintendo got about a 9, Sony about I say they got about I would say 7. I say Sony got about an 8, an 8.5. I'll give Sony an 8. Yeah, not an 8.5. I'll give them about an 8 because they had some audio errors. And maybe about 8.5 if they. I would give them an 8.5 just for that joke, man. Sean Layden at the end of the damn scene. That Sean Layden joke, man. That shit was hilarious. Fuck it, I give him an 8.5. I know they didn't show a lot of new stuff and what a lot of the original PlayStation fans were looking for, but what they did showed really well. You know what I mean? They did, and they even had some stuff in VR that was kind of interesting. So I'll give them an 8.5. And the Xbox, I'll give them a 6.5. I'm sorry, they just didn't. There was nothing that was just like that was gonna be for the Xbox. That's like yes, nothing. It was really cool to see backwards compatibility extend to the Xbox original. But I don't know, that's cool. But where's my new games? Where's my new games to get excited about? Forza look great and everything, but come on, man. So yeah, that's what I think about the overall thing. The scores between the three. Overall, this was actually a good E3. It really was. It's good that everybody came through and did the best they could to give us what they had. I'm looking forward to what everybody has to offer. I'm gonna get some of those games that I saw on the Xbox. Like I said, I'm gonna get an Xbox One X. Fuck it, I'm gonna get one. I might not be day one, but I'm gonna get an Xbox One X. And after about 4 years, Sony finally convinced me to go ahead and get a PS4. Will I get a PS4 Pro? I don't know. We'll see. Probably get a Pro. It's just kind of like, why not? If I'm going to go ahead and get into it, I might just go ahead and get the best they got to offer, right? Let's see. And Nintendo just made me happy that I bought a Nintendo Switch. That's pretty much what they're supposed to do. So Microsoft's trying to sell to the person, they were trying to sell me an Xbox One X. To me, they did that. Maybe not for the reasons that you might think they should, but they did do that. They sold me an Xbox One X. Okay. Sony, they sold me a PlayStation 4. They did. And Nintendo resold me on a Nintendo Switch. That's it. I'm happy with this year's E3. That has been the best E3. I don't know. It's hard to say that. I don't know. It was good. It was a good E3. I had a good time. As far as stage shows are concerned, excluding Nintendo, because they had basically a direct for us, the spotlight. I would say Ubisoft did the best when it comes to like EA, Bethesda, Xbox, Sony, and all them, PC. I'm gonna say Ubisoft did the best. Absolutely, hands down. They showed some spectacular games. The only problem I have with Ubisoft showing is the fact that I have to concern myself as to whether or not most of their games are going to show up to the level that they showed up, in their presentation videos, because Ubisoft tends to always, take their games like, 3 notches higher than what they actually can do on the, the platforms they're going to be on. So we'll see with these new machines out, with the Xbox One X being out. We'll see if maybe these games will actually hit that benchmark. That'd be awesome. doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But seeing the games, I would love to see the games actually look like what they look like. You know what I mean? Because I mean, when you look at Nintendo games, they look better than what they look like when you see them for the first time. You know, by the time you get the game is looking better. You know, so that's the kind of shit that I want to see moving forward from you, Ubisoft. That Mario plus Rabbids looks phenomenal. Keep that standard going forward. You know what I'm saying? Let's see you make your games look exactly what they should look like, or what they look like in your videos. Let's do it. Great show though. Sony, they were number 2. You know, they had great cinematic games. Their first party lineup was phenomenal. You know, it was good. I would say afterwards, let's see who it would go to. I would say it'd be Microsoft, Bethesda. No, Microsoft. Bethesda, EA, and then PC. I'm sorry, PC's last for me. PC was boring as hell. You had this corny ass white boy on there. Oh, let's talk about PC. You don't care. You know, and a lot of the games that were shown were just games that were on the consoles and stuff. It just didn't have the right kind of enthusiasm because there was no home base for PC, so it just felt very forced. You know what I mean? Like there was no real home representative for PC, and the Intel guy was just like really trying to sell you this chip, and it was just a little, I don't know. There's just no home base for PC, so it didn't feel like a home for me. You know, it kind of felt like you were just coming to some convention with a bunch of different salesmen trying to sell you a bunch of different shit. You know what I mean? So it is cool. I know that's what the whole thing was all about. Salespeople trying to sell us shit. I get it, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel as good to me. So that's my personal opinion on that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out my reviews of the other consoles. I got some live reactions on the Nintendo Spotlight and the Xbox press conference. I was doing one for the PlayStation, but in the middle of doing that, I had a lot going on, so I really couldn't. I didn't want to present that to you guys because just live reactions as they are tend to be kind of, you know, sloppy because it's just you're sitting there, you might be sleeping, you might be eating, you might be talking, or you know, whatever. Sounds up and down, but the last thing I want to have is like, you know, noises from the background, people talking and coming in and all that stuff, and I have other things that I was actually needed to be available for, so couldn't do the Sony one live, but I did watch it. I got reviews on every one of them. I'd appreciate it if you guys just checked it out. Put some comments in the section, in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Am I crazy about what I think about the E3 overall, the scores? Did Nintendo do as well as I think? Am I just a fanboy here? Am I just, you know, tripping on these games? You know, am I just, you know, what's going on? Do you agree with me? You know what I'm saying? Was Kirby dope? Prime 4? How do you feel? How do you feel? Let me know in the comment sections below. All right. This is Freeform 64, and damn it, it's early. I got other shit to do, so it's time for me to go. Peace and love to all of you guys, and again, thank you for stopping by and hitting that subscription button and that like button and just showing me some love. I'm out.
PFG, bring the game.